Baby a triple. I'm confident in this shot right here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. So now it's a beautiful morning in Los Angeles. I usually try to just hop straight into the videos with y'all, but I feel like today deserves some good energy, and I hope y'all are having some amazing time. It's just amazing day so far. Whether you're watching in the morning, night, afternoon, while you're eating dinner, while you're at school, it don't matter. I hope you're having a good time. So I posted this short where it was talking about your love life should not be draining you. Your love life should be bringing you peace. And I was noticing a lot of people were in the comments talking about, how, man, this is facts. Their husbands is doing these things to them. The girl is interacting with them like that. And I just want to touch on that dynamic real quick. Growing up, I saw nothing but necessarily chaotic relationships, right? I saw, parents arguing, having custody battles and all this other type of stuff. So when I finally got into the real world and I started, building relationships, when things started to get chaotic, it reminded me of that love dynamic I saw between my mother and my father. And when I kind of like accepted it as, this is just how life is, or this is just what love is, and I was subjecting myself to situations that was clearly hurting me. But since I didn't know any better, I accepted it. And it took me, for one, getting a few relationships where it was more peaceful than others for me to start even acknowledging at the slightest of chances or slightest of, openings that peace is varies by the person and it's very important, right? But then I was also able to see the contrast of when I was in relationships and these women were only taking from me. When I was in relationships and I was having to overgive and I was having to, do more than was necessarily required because I was trying to earn somebody's love. And that wasn't peaceful. You know, Healing comes in so many different areas because our mother and our father issues definitely play a part in our healing and our trajectory, but it gets to a certain point where it becomes your responsibility. And the moment you bring that responsibility back onto yourself, you start to see that the other people's relationships, your parents' relationships, and how they were acting has nothing to do with you, right? All because they went through something traumatic, all because that was their dynamic, does not mean that you have to reenact their dynamic or you have to embed their belief systems that led them to that situation. Now, I know a lot of parents would kind of feel a little bit off about what I'm about to say, but if you haven't made a healthy example or acquired a healthy example of something in your life, you can't necessarily be mad at your child when they decide to take a different route, right? If you are unfulfilled in your relationships, you can't be surprised when your child decides they're going to implement non-traditional standards into the way that they go about life, right? You can't be upset about that because you didn't lay a healthy foundation for them to lay upon, right? So they had to go look outwards, and whatever they found once they went outwards, that's on them. Career, money, you can't be telling somebody that this is how you do it, this is how you make it, this is how you do this, yeah, but you haven't necessarily did it, and you're trying to still figure it out. You're going to put blockages in people in their path when you're giving them guidance on things that you haven't necessarily walked, right? For instance, my mother told me to go get a degree. We got to go to college. It's mandatory. So what did she do? She went and got her master's degree in business. She led by example because she understood, if I'm going to tell you to go do something, I have to do it because I have to walk that path before I send you on it. You feel me? Realizing who you take counsel from and examples of is very, very important. And then going out of your way to get the healing and do it yourself. Like, of course, go to therapy if you can afford it, right? Go get the books. Books is a lot cheaper than therapy. And if crazy enough, if you actually comprehend what they're saying in the books, it could probably be more useful than a therapist sometimes. Um, these are all just little things that I've learned when it just comes to relationships and healing. And there's so much more, like the journaling, choosing better people. Like, without me getting too deep, there was, like a few women, that I found interesting, right? And I started going through like the checklist of what was actually making me interested in these people. And once I encountered one of them, right, it highlighted to me clearly that the only reason I was attracted to all the rest of them, all the other ones, was because of lust, right? Now, when you're chasing after the lust within you, when you're chasing after that, just that intense pull to be a man or a woman, you feel me? You're going to put yourself in situations with a blind eye. It's like Kevin Gates said in his song, I'm thinking with my and my shit dumb. It's exactly like that, you feel me? If when you start thinking with your second heads, you're gonna overlook a lot of things. You accept red flags. You accept, like, you will look at them and know, oh yeah, you are probably a little bit toxic. You're probably not good for me, but I like it because you look fun. You seem fun. You feel me? And it will indulge in it. And in this generation, when you have everybody telling you, "Oh, go have fun. You're too young to date to marry. You're too young to be intentional." Nigga, that having fun shit will have you wanting to off yourself. You know how much mental health issues came from me just wanting to have fun, like constantly. You get what I'm saying? Like, talking to women that I knew I wasn't interested in for real, but it was just a good time. It always ended up in some type of trauma. And then that level of self accountability had to kick in, where it's like I'm putting myself in these situations. I can't be mad when this person starts acting a certain way, knowing I'm emotional. I can't be mad when things don't go my way, or my emotions get involved, because I'm human too. You can only keep it so you feel me? I, that's just not my game, and that's just not how I get down. So choosing better, getting around different women, and not leading with my complete masculine. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how much I can say on YouTube, but yeah, I ask some real stuff. Peace very often will seem boring. There's usually not anything like exciting about being peaceful. When you're peaceful, you kind of acknowledge, it's kind of like this subtle like meditation, where you aren't tripping over it. Like, you trust your partner, you're securing yourself, you're not worried about what they're doing or where they're at, because chances are either A, they probably told you, or B, if they didn't tell you, you know that they're probably just busy, and then the next time they're free, they'll let you know what's up. So there's no need for you to worry, right? But if you were insecure, you didn't trust your partner, in those down times when you're away from them, you're just going to be anxious. You're going to be worried about what they're doing. You're going to want to be with them, just like fiending for their energy. Why? Because it's not a secure attachment. Secure attachment styles is so, so, so important, because when you don't have a secure attachment style to somebody, you're either going to fall on the anxious side of the spectrum, or you're going to fall on the avoidant side of the spectrum. The avoidant side of that spectrum is, as soon as things feel like this getting too deep, as soon as things feel like I'm just falling into my emotions and love is hitting me hard, I'm about to run the other way. I'm not even finna deal with this. This finna be like subtle ghosting. It's finna be delayed messages. It's finna be, arguments out of nowhere, where it's just like they're creating rifts it seems like no reason to you, but to them it's a very clear reason. They don't want to get damaged again, because they see themselves about to fall in love. And then the other side, if you fall on that anxious side of the spectrum, man, you are sacrificing yourself just for that person. You are doing everything in your power to pull them closer. You are doing everything in your power to make sure that this person stays the person that you saw at the beginning in your life. You feel me? That creates this dynamic where the avoidant can pull knowing you are going to push. So you guys are compensating for each other. You feel me? And that's why we typically end up in those type of relationships. Because let's say if you were falling two people on the avoidance side of the spectrum, you guys would just ghost each other and never talk again. It would be very easy. You probably get away with an anxious, two anxious attachment style people, but you guys would just be so under each other, you might lose each other. Unless you guys are so spiritually connected and so much of a bond to where you guys being intertwined helps you guys grow. You guys start elevate, like you guys start doing your passions, like you guys have hobbies, like it's damn near like your mini me, where it was like we're doing the same things anyways. Let's do it together and make it dope. That's a different story. But that takes a certain level of spiritual union. Because if it's just two random, anxiously attached people connected to each other, they're gonna drive each other into the dirt. But if you guys are two anxiously attached people and you're like soulmates, some people wouldn't even view that as an anxious attachment. Some people just view that as a blessing. All of these terms really highlight the toxic dynamics in relationships, because once you get a peaceful one and once you get something that works for you, it doesn't matter what anybody says, it works for you. And that's the end all be all. Somebody could call it toxic, avoidant, anxious, belittling, degrading, embarrassing, whatever the case may be. But if both of you guys are happy and both of you guys see potential in the future, you are happy with where you are at while also being enthusiastic, just excited about what's ahead, man, stay in that, cherish that, love that, because that's not something you run across on an everyday basis. It's really not. You really have to. It's like a diamond in the rough, a needle in a haystack. Yes, so many people take it for advantage, take it for granted, because we're so desensitized from all the hay. You feel me? We're mistaking the access of hay for an access of needles when it's very, very far from the truth. So, with that being said, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Please, please, please love yourself. Communicate with your partners. Say what's on your chest. Get it off. Like, don't hurt yourself by keeping things in. Don't hurt yourself by not going after what you want. Don't hurt yourself by thinking you deserve to be in bullshit. Love yourself by saying, I'm about to go get what loves me. Love yourself by saying, I'm going to love what loves me. Love yourself by saying, I'm not going to put myself in situations that make me feel bad about myself. That's all I ask from you. So yeah, man. And now I actually in the video, I got to record some more stuff, go about my day. But yeah, man, I love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. It has been Jay Sincere. And I'll see y'all later.